We've all been here. Spending a big chunk of RCP savings on a lucky draw just to end up with a bunch of useless crap like this. And we already know the odds are not in our favor, then why do we even try? For contrast, you have a higher probability of beating cancer than to get any of the premium gun skins. That's how up these draws are. But I'm not going to talk about this today cause I am going over one of the recent battle passes from the vaults and I'm going to rate every premium reward from it on a scale from 1 to 10. Buckle up and let's dive into the video. For 220 CPs, you get this beautiful battle pass from the 2023 season named Heavy Metal. There is no probability for this, so the instant you spend 220 COD points, this pass will be available to your disposal. And all you need from there is a couple of vault coins to buy all the items and you are good to go. We are first introduced to Beck, who is our first character skin from this battle pass. And I gotta say, this is a pretty impressive start to a battle pass. Beck is a tactical operator serving in the D9. His expertise in demolitions and bomb disposals has made a tremendous impact for the East German army. Calm and dependable, he diffuses tense situations with the dry humor of someone who regularly handles explosives. I don't know what to say about that. Beck has a really interesting design that I think deserves a 10 out of 10 rating. The second premium reward is the Koshka-Ironclad Enforcer, and may I say, this is a marvelous design for the Koshka. It's really a decent sniper, so 9 out of 10 rating for the weapon choice. The design solves the problem most people have with the Koshka, and that is the base scope. But this scope is actually interesting. 10 out of 10 for the design, though I do have to take 1 point from it for that abnormally thick barrel, which brings the Koshka's average to a 9 out of 10 rating. Next we have a charm, but nobody cares about those. And after that is the legendary calling card Knock 'em Out featuring Deadman, a character we'll see later in this video. It's a nice card. I'll give it an 8 cause it just sparkles and does nothing more. We have a nice frame and an avatar, but we won't rate those. And up next, we have this beautiful QXR Dead 54, obviously named and designed after the character Deadman. The QXR as a weapon deserves an 8 out of 10 at most, but this design from the color to the iron sight are nothing short of a 10, bringing the average rating for this QXR to a 9 out of 10. I actually like this one and it looks pretty cool. Up next we have Domino. Now, I'm not sure about y'all, but she looks kind of bad. Like, hear me out y'all. Her design is actually the best out of all. We don't have to discuss that. You got a problem with it, fight me. Dominic Thames. Her name is Dominic. Her fierce competitiveness not only made her a formidable Olympic contender in the past, but now a handpicked Special Forces soldier in the present. Her close relationships may be few, but her loyalty is irrefutable. God damn, I didn't know she was an athlete as well. Out of the 2 character skins we've seen so far, she's obviously better, and I'm not ashamed to give her a 10 out of 10 rating. Next up we have a backpack, pretty useless, and after that we have the HBRa3-Steel Carnage. I won't lie, my first impression of this gun wasn't the most pleasing. It's got this Mad Max design going for it and I'm not really a huge fan of that. The base gun itself is deserving of a 7 out of 10. Its design is a basic 5, but it bounces back with its iron sight. I like the blend of this circular element with this pin at the front. I'll give it a decent 8, which brings the gun's total rating to a mere 7 out of 10. Next on the roster is the heavily teased Deadman, and I gotta say, he falls short of expectations. Deadman derives his name from one event. The explosion of a bomb he was attempting to disarm. He survived just barely, having to have his lower jaw and both arms replaced with cybernetics. Damn, they should have let you go, bro. I mean, this is the best they could do? I know his design might appeal some mecha-loving emo kid out there, but he's a little too edgy for my taste. But that's just me. 6 out of 10. We have an emote up next. We'll skip that, then get right into the next weapon, and that is the HBRa3-208 Wild West. Prior to this video, I had never used the marksman before, besides the SKS, and I gotta say, for a marksman, it's pretty good. It can one-shot from close range and about mid-range. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, mostly cause of the hit markers I got while trying to use it. Its design is great, a skull and some pretty chains to emphasize the Wild West theme, and a pretty clean iron sight to go with it. 10 out of 10 design. That averages its rating to a decent 8 out of 10. Next up on the list we have the Maddox Aerodynamic. See, I like the Maddox. It's been in my loadouts for a while now, but its biggest problem is actually its base iron sight, which forced me to equip a red dot just to use it. It's a decent 9 out of 10 base weapon. The weapon design looks futuristic, to say the least, pretty aerodynamic, though you gotta admit it looks better with this camo equipped. It solved the iron sight problem with this symmetric, clean looking iron sight, and I'm loving it. 9 out of 10, and that brings the gun's average to a decent 9. For our final character skin on the pass, we have Marshal, and well, my first thought on him was, dude, just put down the cup.
Oh brother, this guy's still.
In the mid-21st century, after drought-stricken Nevada was abandoned, this former federal marshal took the Atlas Corp contract to patrol the exclusion zone, a job he takes to with tyrannical zeal. Tyrannical zeal, what the fuck is that? Also, we can't just ignore the fact that they said this guy was living in a drought-stricken Nevada.
Ew.
I wasn't impressed by his design to say the least, but after using him for some matches, I gotta say, he's pretty fast despite his 300-pound looking build. I also gotta say, it's hard trying to hide from your enemies with this dude. Like, how do you do that? All jokes aside though, he's a pretty cool guy, with a cool animated voice for calling out locations and spotting enemies. 8 out of 10. If we do the math on all that, the average rating for this pass comes to an 8.4 out of 10. Please excuse my math if you may, I was never the smartest kid in class. So there you have it. For 220 CPs, you are guaranteed to get 4 character skins and 5 gun blueprints that are not legendary or mythic, but the trade-off is you don't need any luck to get any of these. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to let me know down in the comment section, and with that, I'll catch you lot in the next video.